invested for 46 years with 5% interest. What's the net present value of that sum? Think? What is it? Think? It's $10,000. Here's an example of compound interest. I got this letter, it was sent December 2019. That's my address. Actually, it's not my address. That's the funny thing. It's not my address. 2700 is not my address, but the post lady knew me. She knew where I lived. And so she brought me this letter. It's kind of a miracle, really. I worked for the state of Wisconsin for 2 months after I graduated from college. I graduated from the University of Wisconsin in Madison, Wisconsin. Before I moved to New York to go to acting school, I worked for 2 months in the summer. State of Wisconsin automatically, and this is amazing, takes 10% of every employee's check and invests it in a retirement fund and then matches it with another 10%, which is amazing. And they were looking for me. This is 1974. I worked for the state, and this is 2019. So this 26 and 19 is 45 years. So what's the value? I had about $150 came out of my two paychecks. State put in another 150, so $300 invested for 45 years in the state of Wisconsin retirement fund was just sitting there. They were looking for me. They didn't know where I lived, and they still didn't know where I lived because they sent it to the wrong address. When I called the number, I found out I had over $7,000, which I was actually very timely for me to get it at that point. Save your money. Okay, start now. All right. This is an actual calculation of LTV. Um, so and it gets a little complicated, and I'm not going to go through the math on this with you guys right now. We've had enough math so far. But you see the 3 years, current year, next year, third year up at the top. You see the different items. You see the number of customers in the first year. You see they only retain half the customers, so in year two, it's 200,000 customers. In year three, that original 400,000 customers, there are 100,000 of them left. So these 400,000 customers, what is the company going to make on them over their lifetime for the 3 years? And you've got visits to the site per year, and you've got average order size. And then when you multiply 400,000 times 1.42 times 97.34, you get 55 million, etc. And then to get profits, you need to deduct the costs. There's total costs. It's the eighth line down, 34 million and change. There's a gross profit. And I want you to look at line 9, going right across, gross profit. In the second year, it's only 200,000 customers, so I'm making practically half what I did before. 12 million is my gross profit. And then third year, it goes down another half, almost 6 million and change. You see the discount rate line? This is assuming a 10% interest rate. And I am reducing the gross profit. If I take the value of it now as opposed to in 1 year, that 12,147,658 is 11,043,325. Okay, I think that's enough on net present value. But here you see lifetime value for those 400,000 customers. Okay, folks. Now, So that's a look at lifetime value and a look at math, cumulative interest and NPV. Now we're going to talk about databases. So you know what? I'm going to just remind us all that direct is three things, right? And now we're going to talk about databases. So I'm going to stop here and then start fresh with